Islam scimitar. In my house, there's a picture on the wall, and all the prophets set up on the scroll. In my house, there's a picture on the wall, the prophets set up on the scroll. There's a picture on the wall, and the prophets set up on the scroll. Oh, you smarter than the founder, huh? I then demonstrate. Luti and Avalord had to congregate to further the debate, to see if Noble Drew Ali is who we say it is. Well, let's check the record of the biz. Stepped upon the scene in 1925 in Chicago, all by himself. In less than 4 years, multiplied his wealth and economic infrastructure, gave lawless Asiatics some structure, taught young Moorish men to preserve their seed, their structure, prepare the scripture, and a prayer custom, standing reverently upright. A lot of sheiks are uptight, and they tightly wound. I'm like a hound, they got the scent of a rabbit. This rabbit disrespect of our God, we can't let walk on by. And you come in with all that innovation, puffed up with conceit in your demonstration. The feds is black for this execution.
Y'all ready?
In my house, there's a picture on the wall, and all the prophets sit up on the scroll. In my crib, there's a picture on the wall, the prophets sit up on the scroll. In my rest, there's a picture on the wall, now the prophets sit up on the scroll. In my gates, there's a picture on the wall. Never, never
Down low mo. They just slow mo. 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 They just slow mo.
See, I be coming at these Moors, and it's very simple. Why I be coming at these Moors? Because I don't consider these functional Moorish American Muslims. As it relates to the teachings of the Holy Prophet Noble Drew Ali, the founder of the Moorish Society of
Just
America.
some lanes from across the border, you and your daughter. I mean your little followers, you all out of order. I ain't taking nada, nothing from you folks. Cujo Tariq severe, I got them all shook. I wish Cujo would step up to get his rep up and get hit up from the neck up. You gon' respect us. A elder once told me, meet the people where they at, and you lower than the worm, so you know you meet the tech. Let's keep it simple, more. I'm a temple more. Either you wanna talk knowledge or you wanna go to war. Cujo, I will drag you by your dreads till you beg. Detach your arm, leg, arm, head. Boy, you don't want these problems. I know the know well. The policy enforcers be the same ones you go tell. Now go and call them little names. Get on YouTube and say them little games on top like you bought that. And never forget how far I came. I never forgot my aim. I never forgot my ammo. I pray to Allah, but I still tie my camel. Let's talk about this knowledge that you think you have. Matter of fact, forget it, boy. It'll make me laugh. Ah. Down no more. They just slow mo. Down no more. They just slow mo. They gon' learn today. But they gon' learn today. But they gon' learn today. So now what you gotta say, huh? I broke the rules cause I'm a sheik and a Muslim and I'm talking about tools. Boy, you know the lessons. The tools I took are fine and mine are reclined to workshop on your mind. You know about the hammer, make it a part of every part. And I wanna meet a law, so I'm aiming at your heart. You on a 720, I'm on a 12 step. I'm at the pinnacle of wisdom. So miss me with the threat. Mean mugging and cussing, boy, it don't mean nothing. Not going out like Malcolm, I'm going out busting. But I prefer discussion, authentic for a sign. Charge to reach, baby, you know we straight line. Associating scam with the holy divine. But the loss is mine, but I'm just the same time. And it's about to catch you at any given moment. You looking at the throne, boy, can't you see I'm on it, huh? Can't you see I'm on it? You looking at the throne, boy, can't you see I'm on it? Can't you see I'm on it? You looking at the throne, boy, can't you see I'm on it, huh? You looking at the throne, boy, can't you see I'm on it? Can't you see I'm on it? You looking at the throne, boy, can't you see I'm on it? Can't you see I'm on it? You looking at the throne, boy, can't you see I'm on it? Huh? Can't you see I'm on it? You looking at that throne, boy, can't you see I'm on it? 6 million years to die, choose one. Tariq got y'all thinking that he great, he teach law and civics, but never be the case. I never seen him in court, approaching the bench. But people who follow him, they do this nonsense. He teach a right to travel. I never seen him whipping, he pointing the way, but doing something different. And y'all been hustled and scared to admit it. I'll be making paid in fiat and call it fictitious. Y'all ridiculous, falling for the pseudo. The right to travel ain't even worth a cujo. All up in Canada, quoting U.S. law. Deaf, dumb, and blind, boy, you just lost. Down no more. They just slow-mo. Down no more. They just slow-mo.
See, I be coming at these wars, and it's very simple. Why I be coming at these wars? Because I don't consider these functional Moorish American minds. As it relates to the teachings of the Holy Prophet Noble Drew Ali, the founder of the Moorish World Tv.
You looking at the throne, boy, can't you see I'm on it? My throne right.
Crazy.
You looking at my throne right, boy, can't you see I'm on it? Deaf, dumb, and blind, boy, you just get my throne right. Mr. Islam, I'm trying to get my throne right. Islam, give me 1 second.
Good Lord.
I'm gonna get my throne right real quick. I sent a couple emails out. Give me 1 second to get my throne right. I want y'all to be able to see me clear. I've been busy today, so I ain't got my throne in order. Y'all can see me clear? Let me make sure everybody can see me. Let me check it on the internet. How y'all doing today, family? Welcome to another edition of Moorish World TV. Oh, we in the building. We in the building. Yeah, we in the building. So anyway, right? First and foremost, let me rise and give praise to the great God of the universe, Allah. I give honor to his prophet Noble Drew Ali, and I give honor to each and every one of you for coming here tonight. Man, I want to give a shout out to Smashville, because I'm about to smash something tonight. Now, I ain't gonna smash now. I want to give a shout out to Smashville. You follow me? I'm gonna give a shout out to Smashville, because I'm gonna try to smash the lies tonight or clarify some of the misinformation. Now, what I did was, I did something that you can't find anybody within the Moorish paradigm has done. Because I'm so controversial, if you will, everybody has an opinion on how I teach, what I teach, and how I'm so wrong. Now, I don't even know the brother that came in tonight and whoever else got the email that sent me their email address. I don't know what angle they're coming from. But one thing that I do want to promote is that we can even disagree and still be brothers. Right now, there's a few trollers on social media. I mean, they be talking real reckless. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about super reckless. And the sad thing about this is that I only disagree philosophically. You know what I'm saying? I don't hate anybody. I disagree with weed being sold in the temple and anything associated with it. You know what I mean? That's reasonable.
I disagree with somebody lying, saying that they have sole control over the Moorish Science Temple of America. I disagree. I disagree philosophically. I don't hate nobody. But because I disagree philosophically, these people act like they want to go into another realm. I said act. They act. It's so crazy. Like, it's a guy, a little kid, little baby goat, right here in Baltimore. They're making videos. Now, I don't know his location, and I don't care about his location. He knows where the temple at. He actually knows my address. He has my phone number. But he make videos and talk real reckless. You know, but whatever. We're going to keep on doing what we doing. See, two things we got to understand, and two things that I understand. One thing about me, I'm good with the knowledge and good with the knuckles. You know what I'm saying? I'm good with the knowledge and I'm good with the knuckles. You know what I mean? So, say for instance, if somebody really got a conflict with me, you know what I mean, because of some knowledge, you right in my city, there's a couple gyms, Umar Gym. There's Umar Gym. We can go straight to Umar and we can work it out. Like, we have no need to go back and forth on social media. You know what I mean? We have no need to go back and forth on social media. If you in Baltimore, you know what I mean, and we dealing with knowledge, and you so bent out of shape about my position on the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, why can't we just go to Umar's gym? Knuckles or knowledge? I would rather deal with the knowledge. You know what I mean? Because it ain't gonna be looking good, me beating up a little kid, a baby goat. It ain't gonna look like, what do I look like beating up a baby goat? That doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? So let's just deal with the knowledge. I have a philosophical difference than you. Have a philosophical difference than you. And that's for the Tariqites. You know what I mean? That's for the Tariqites. That's for members of the Moorish Science Temple of America, regardless of what body. You know what I mean? Now, I'm gonna tell you now, I'm gonna keep it a $155. I'm like 195, 200, give or take. I'm a vegan. Now, I'm not getting in the ring if you're weighing 300 pounds. I mean, I'm not getting in the ring if you're 300. That don't even make sense. You know what I mean? But if we're in the same weight class, and I ain't gonna put you in the ring with me if you 125. But if we're in the same weight class and it seemed that bad, we could do it for charity. How about that? You know what I mean? But anyway, tonight, I have the floor open for anybody who doubt or need clarity. So I don't care if you have a speech impediment and you, Islam, I said, praise be to Allah, praise be to Allah, in the name of Allah, in the name of Allah. You know what I mean? I don't care about that. I don't care about what group you with. It don't matter to me. If you have a disagreement with me, here's your chance. Family, please share this. Here is your chance to come on, tell me what your disagreement is, tell me where I'm wrong, show me where I'm wrong, and let's deal with it. Where the real men at? Where the real women at? If I'm so wrong, don't be like, oh, that's the agent. Nah, show me where I'm wrong. You follow me? I want to see where I'm wrong. There we go. If you cannot show me where I'm wrong, then you just emotional. You just emotional. Look at you, all emotional. Show me where I'm wrong to my face. Where you at? But if you also want some clarity, you're welcome to come. You're welcome to come on the show. Matter of fact, I'm going to see if I can put the link right here. You're welcome to come on the show. if you want some clarity as it relates to Moorish science. With that being said, I got a brother in the building. Brother, come on in. Let the people know who you are. Introduce yourself, and let's talk about it, brother. The floor is yours.
Yeah, Islam. This is Robert L. Bay.
Islam.
And, Islam.
Where you from, brother?
Kansas City, Missouri.
Islam. Tell the people a little bit about yourself. I'll raise my light real quick.
Yeah, I'm just a regular dude from regular Islam, Moabite from Kansas City, Missouri. Graduated, fell into the Moorish science by listening to Tariq Bay, and just trying to live Moorish, and fell into listening to the teachings of sharing, and just trying to find the truth from Noble Drew Ali, and that's about it.
Islam. So, brother, I just hope that you have a host of questions, and I'm gonna try to dig up some information to compare your questions to the information that I'm going to try to dig up, as I also take questions from anywhere else. You follow what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
that being said, bro, first and foremost, let me ask you, what is the most serious question that you think needs to be answered as it relates to this Moorish paradigm, or as people like to call it, the Moorish National Divine Movement?
What's the difference between a temple Moor and a regular Moor, when the nationality is something that you just claim for yourself?
Okay.
I self-law and master, so I am what I say I am.
Right.
And if I'm not black, and then about that, I hear you talking about the black, that Taj is trying to be like he's scared of the black man, but then you don't follow the Black's Law Dictionary of it. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, let's deal with the.
I guess those questions are the ones that I have.
Let's deal with the first part of it first.
Okay.
The first part is, you are what you say you are, without a doubt or contradiction.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm going to ask a question which is easy to answer. Who was the first one on these shores to teach our people that their nationality was Moorish American?
Noble Drew Ali.
That's right, Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And when he did that, he did it in the temple setting. This is what we can't get away from it. People want to try to skirt around it, but you can't get away from it. Here's a flyer from the Prophet Noble Drew Ali during that time. And in this flyer, and I always point this out, in this flyer, right, it says that the Moorish Divine and National Movement, right? When you drop down, if you're looking at the page, it also says the Moorish Science Temple of America, which gives an indication that the Moorish Science Temple of America and the Moorish Divine and National Movement is under the same umbrella or the same roof, if you will, according to this flyer. Because the address is 3140 Indiana Avenue for the Moorish Science Temple of America, and the heading is the Moorish Divine and National Movement. So I think we can surmise that when they talked about the Moorish National and Divine Movement and they were going to the Moorish Science Temple of America, it was all being taught under one roof. Would you agree with that? According to the flyer.
I would definitely agree with that.
There we go. Okay, so we're on the same page right there. So then it says, membership is free. Come all ye Asiatics and learn the truth about your nationality and birthright. Now, where are we going to go during the time of the prophet to learn about this nationality and birthright?
To the temple.
To the temple. Now, brother, to your defense, there are some temples that are just as bad as those who teach outside the temple. I get that. However, I just want to clarify. It says, because you are not colored, etc. And you must claim a free national name to be an American citizen. You follow me? So all of this during the time of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali is being taught in the temple. Learn of your forefathers, divine and ancient creed, that you will learn to love instead of hate. We are trying to uplift the fallen humanity. Come and link yourself with the families of nations. How do you link yourself with the families of nations? You join the Moorish Science Temple of America and you learn of your forefathers, divine and ancient creed. Under the divine principles, all Asiatics of America need to do what? Come and take out your nationality and identification card. He didn't say you just proclaim, declare. He said under this divine principle, he connecting this principle to God, that all Asiatics, which means all so-called black people, all Moors of America, need to come and take out their nationality and identification card for what? The Moorish Science Temple of America, that you may be blessed by your Father, God, Allah. These holy and divine words are from the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I'll stop right there. The point of me reading that is to say that Prophet Noble Drew Ali defines what it is to be a Moorish American, and the exercise of the nationality is taught within the Moorish Science Temple of America under a responsible leadership. You follow me?
Yes.
So outside of the Moorish Science Temple of America, we can almost gather that the essence of what it is to be a Moorish American will not be taught, because we have strayed away from what was established. That's my position. You follow me?
Yes. Islam.
So here we go. Somebody say, not for y'all start these fugazi moves. So here's my position. If we go to temples and we see that they have a more of church, because that's what people like to use, you know what I mean? That's what people like to use so they can keep people from going to the temple. Oh, they agents. Oh, they having church. Oh, they what else they like to use? They infiltrated. They like to do all of that stuff. But what I say is, if you go there and you find out that they are doing something adverse to what you think should be done in the name of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, for one, you can affect change. For number two, you can study the Prophet and you can say, you know what? This is not the Prophet Noble Drew Ali right here. And now you can work towards finding and identifying those who are moving on the spirit of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, join them and reap the benefits of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. That's my position on nationality. You follow me?
Yes.
But that doesn't change. That doesn't change that you are a Moor, regardless whether you join the Moorish Science Temple of America or not. That's your pedigree. You're a Moor regardless. But nationality is the quality of character. So when you're talking about nationality, it's talking about belonging to a nation and a quality of character. You follow me? And so there's culture, there's traditions, there is funerals, there is births, there is Prophet Noble Drew Ali birthday celebrations. There's a whole thing that goes with nation and nationality. It's not just I proclaim or declare my nationality and I go and throw stones at the European until he submit to my will. You know, a lot of times we see on the internet about people proclaiming nationality. What we actually see is people just starting a whole bunch of confusion and being an agitator, because many of these people have never ever been to a Moorish wedding. They have never been to a Moorish funeral, nor have they ever been to any type of Moorish function that indicates that you are a member of a nation. So nationality is bigger than just proclaiming or declaring and calling yourself something. You follow me?
Yeah.
That
I do.
so what was the next thing that you said, brother?
Well, I mean, just get into that. The I didn't even know that I was coming on here to do all of this. All I knew that I was asking questions about how
You can ask,
wrong the consular court was.
you can ask any brother. Let me tell you something, brother. You can
All
ask any
right.
question you want. No question is, brother. Any question you want, brother. I do this every day. I do this every. You know, people call me all day, every day. On our Sunday class that we do virtually in our virtual temple, sometimes, man, we go 3 to 4 hours just clarifying and showing evidence as to what it means to move on the spirit of Prophet Noble Ali. So, brother, relax, be comfortable, and you can ask me any question you want. You can ask me any question about a grand body. I don't know their inner workings, but I do know what the Prophet Noble Ali prescribed. So I can answer from that perspective, and I can try to bring some proof when I answer. And I can compare what the Prophet Noble Ali prescribed to what the consular court prescribed. And so anything that you want to ask, feel free to ask, bro.
So now about the claiming your nationality is not just saying that I'm a Moor. It would be that I would have to join a temple and find out more about what it is to be Moorish, because my understanding was that we just weren't Indians and we weren't black and colored and all of those things.
Okay, hold on 1 second, brother. I'm just trying to get this light focused on me real quick. Give me 1 second. So, joining the temple basically gives you the platform to build your understanding of what a Moorish American is. You see what I'm saying? And you are building the platform of what a Moorish American is, that the leaders or the Grand Sheik should be teaching, my bad, from the original Moorish American, which is Prophet Noble Ali. You see? So give me 1 second real quick. I want to show you something. Try to get this light right. So you are learning from, if the Grand Sheik is doing their job, right? For example, if the Grand Sheik of a temple is doing their job, you follow me? Somebody
Like, how do you know what's a good temple to join?
Ah, man. Okay, let me say this. If a Grand Sheik, and I want to answer some people that's online too, if a Grand Sheik is doing his job, the way to identify if the temple is, let me pull up a few documents, if the temple is official or not. One thing that we living in an era right now where many of the temples have not lived up to what the Prophet Noble Drew Ali demonstrated. That's just what it is. So how do you find out what's a good temple? First of all, if you will go on a job interview, and the same way that the interviewer would ask you questions about yourself because they want to see if you're a fit, then this is going to hurt some people, but I'm going to tell the truth. One of the things that I would ask as a responsible person with children and a house and bills and all of that, what is the educational plan for this temple? And outside this temple, what is the what is the local educational plan, and what is the national? Because you know you got to raise your children. Secondly, what is the economic plan locally for this temple and nationally? Just to see if we can understand where where we're going and what I'm joining. You know, what is the political plan for this temple? And when we talk about political, that's when we're talking about what people like to call civics. What is the political plan? Now, a lot of people are going to be developing this right now, because if you go there today, many people wouldn't have an answer for you. But when you hear them answers, when you hear those answers, you will be able to measure and see if it reaches the level of making sense according to the Prophet Noble Ali. Prophet Noble Ali had an economic plan. He had an educational plan. You follow me? He had a political plan. And most importantly, that we always leave out, what is the spiritual plan of this temple? What is your goal? If I join this temple, what am I going to get out of this spiritually, economically, politically, socially, and educationally? Now that's a heavy load. That's a heavy load. But from those answers that you receive, you will be able to tell what's really good. You follow me?
Yes.
Like we really got to stop being so, and I'm not speaking to you, but I'm speaking to everybody in the public. We really got to stop being so irresponsible. We really got to be so irresponsible. You know what I mean? And when we step up to the plate, we should be ready to give what we have. Like Brother Moore man said, Islam also, what can I bring to the temple? Well, first you got to find out what the temple is doing so you know what fit that you can make. Where can you fit in? If you don't know where the temple is doing, where the temple is going, or what the temple is going, what it's doing or what it's going, you won't be able to know your fit. So first you have to know where it's going and what it's doing, so you can know where you can fit in and play your part and get in your lane. But if you start to ask these questions and no one has no concrete answers, then guess what? You in the wrong place, buddy. You follow me?
Yeah. Because I'm trying to the knowledge that I have about what a Moorish American is, I'm trying to push that on my family here, because I want us to not be, I don't want to be looked at as the way that we are now. I want our, like the prophet said, I want my situation to be different. And then I run into people, all of the temples that are charging me $239 a month, and I don't understand that.
Nah. Bro, the problem with that is okay, somebody charge you $239 a month for what? What
He put in there like the things that you get by doing that. It was a kufi, it was a prayer rug, it was some beads, and there was dues, and there was just being able to receive the knowledge from this temple.
Man, you can do that yourself.
That's what I figured.
You can buy some prayer rugs. Go ahead, brother.
No, I'm done. I don't want to talk over you.
You can buy some prayer rugs and beads from offline. You know what I mean? And secondly, you also you actually can get with somebody and study. Now, we of the Moorish Science Temple of America have dues. Our dues are equivalent to the dues that Prophet Noble Drew Ali set during his time. We have what we did, we look at the inflation and we measured all the dues and we still kept them lower, mind you. So our dues in our temple are $35 a month and $40 for adapts. In fact, during the time of the Prophet, the equivalent would be even higher. The Prophet wasn't playing. And the reason why he wasn't playing is because they were really building something. They were really building something. Like Durham McClendon Bay said, dues are $17. That's an actual off number. We look at the inflation rate, and according to the time of the Prophet, according to the time of the prophet, and now it would equivalent to almost 40 some dollars for a member, right? But that's not it. In our temple, we follow strict guidelines of the prophet. The prophet said, if a member is working, his monthly dues is paid. Know the key word. If a member is working, his monthly dues is paid. If he has money in the bank, he must subscribe for as much as it is able to the Moorish Uplifting Fund, because it takes finance to uplift a nation. Stop right there. What we're trying to do in our temple is build on the ground. You follow me? And so dues go towards, right now, they're going towards building these apartments that we have on top of the temple so Moors can have a place to stay. That's what they're going to right now, you know? And so, but if you are able, you understand what I'm saying? This is the key word. And so we have a policy in place that all you have to do is report to the secretary and basically say, my status haven't changed. But that's between you and the secretary. You feel me? Because the prophet said, don't burden my Moors. And so no one should be burdened with a financial hardship that they are not able to meet. You follow me? Because Moorish Science Temple of America is predicated upon building on industry. So people must bring their talents and develop their talents and then develop the industry, which ultimately develops the economy. You know, no one should live off of dues. No leader should live off of dues. You follow me? Yeah. And so that's the way we go with it. When you look at the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, his business was, he was the publishing editor of the Moorish Guide. That was one business. He also was, he owned the oil teas and compounds. That was another business. You follow what I'm saying? Also, the Prophet did lectures, you know. I mean, it was just, the Prophet stayed busy. And so those who followed the prophet, they also stayed busy and being industrious. But they was industrious as a collective. The difference today, most people join temples and they in their own corner trying to make their own success in the name of Moorish. When in fact, all Moors worked together and became a part and parcel of everything that they did for the come up. That's the difference between now and if you join the temple now, most people got their little sideline hustles together. You got a group selling this, some doing t-shirts, some doing jewelry, some doing this, some doing that. That wasn't like that at the time of the prophet. At the time of the prophet, it was a temple venture. It was a group venture. Everybody put together and everybody was eating. You feel me? And so that's what we're talking about. That's how nationality works. You know what I'm saying? That's how nationality works. Like for instance, Prophet Noble Drew, I'm going to pull up something real quick. Prophet Noble Drew Ali makes this statement right here. Let me share it with you. Hopefully you can see it. This is where the prophet and the Moors was going. Write a letter to the Supreme Business Manager, 3140 Indiana Avenue, Chicago, and let them know what you think of the Moors having their own town, own mayor, alderman, chief of police, judges, city hall, own temple, own lands, own houses, own parks, and own business establishment. Now, when you read that today, many people don't even know how to get from where we're at to our own town, mayor, alderman, chief of police, judges, city hall, own temples, own lands, own houses, own parks, and own business establishment. So in order to be an effective leader in the Moorish Science Temple of America, you must know how to get from point A to point B. And that's what we're working at. That's what we're working for. I remove myself from a lot of confusion so I can work towards what I know the prophet wanted us to work towards. You follow what I'm saying? I remove myself from a lot of nonsense. Brother, I didn't heard it all. Brother, I didn't heard that everybody is about to do something. I call them about the Moors. Everybody's about to do something. You know what I mean? I didn't heard all the craziest philosophical approach to Islamism, Moorish science, temple. I didn't heard it all. But one thing I have not seen is anybody do what the prophet did. And the reason why is because the methodology seems to be lost, but it's not lost. Just like I said to you, the prophet said, write a letter to the business manager and see if you, and let them know if you want your own this, your own that. Now that sounds real good as we talk right now. But now, who is he or she that's willing to work to create your own town? You follow me? Who's really ready to do the work? That's when the people fall off, when it's time to get your hands dirty, to figure out how to have your own mayor. The intellectuals fall off. How to have your own alderman, chief of police. The intellectuals fall off. Game over at that point. You see what I'm saying? But that's not how we move. And so this is Moorish Science 101. Having your own, establishing your own in the midst of what people would call the colonizer, oppressor, or whomever. You know what I mean? You have to become a part and parcel of ones who are ready to work. And you have to understand that if it's an 18-month plan for a goal, you got to stick it out for the 18 months. Y'all might get mad at each other sometimes. You know what I mean? If it's a 2-year goal for another plan, you got to stick it out for the 2 years. If it's a 3-year goal for another plan, you got to stick it out for the 3 years. Or we will never have nothing to pass on to the next generation. You follow me?
So I have another question.
Come on, brother. Keep them coming.
Now, if they are not colonizers and we're not black, Negro, and colored and all of that, and I know that I'm not. So if Tariq, if the things that he say aren't true, then how is the Moors claim of your nationality going to change and help our people get out of this oppression?
Okay, so first of all, I don't agree. If they're colonizers, my thing is this: I don't spend a lot of energy expressing the craziness that have went on in history. I acknowledge it, whether it's a colonizer, whether it's a European, whatever we choose to characterize it as. I know his works. You follow what I'm saying? I teach my people his works, but then I keep it moving. Because I spend too much energy on that, it takes energy from me building myself and my environment around me. So I acknowledge who he is, I acknowledge what he has done, and I begin to build myself and my environment around me. Now, the thing about Tariq Bey is some of his stuff is true. And some of his stuff is totally false. You follow me?
Yeah.
Some of his stuff is true and some of his stuff is totally false. There is no way that one can convince you to believe in them if they don't mix truth with falsehood. Even the preacher got to mix some truth with falsehood to keep you coming back. He can't tell you all falsehood because, of course, you're going to be like, man, get out of here with that. So he got to mix it. And so now you say how nationality will help us. Now, we have examples from the most innocent people that we may come across that are Europeans, but they live an innocent lifestyle, if you will. We can look at what you call the Amish people. You follow me? When you look at the Amish people, we're looking at nationality in practice. They live on their land that they purchase. They build their own.
I had to start the car up.
You good, bro? They live on the land that they purchase. They exercise their customs that they brought with them or that they learned from their forefathers. They make goods. They grow food. And then they go into the town adjacent to their land and they sell it to other people. They take the money back. They buy some more land. And they carry it on for generation. Now you might say, well, that's the Amish people. But no, that's nationality in practice. That's people working together for a common goal for the greater good of the whole. Now, that's on a basic level. So when one proclaims their nationality, what land are we trying to be the Lord of, if you will? Because Prophet Ali, the Bible, all of that say we became the Lord of the land. Claiming this land and not developing it doesn't even make sense. That's an oxymoron. To say this is my land, this is Al Marat. So when you're going to start building on it? When you're going to start building institutions on it? Are you going to continue just to yell at the European and to yell in our people's face saying this is our land, this is Al Marat? When are you going to start to build on it? For example, the Moors who conquered Spain, you can still see the establishments that they left and their footprints in Spain right now. From the Alhambra and Cordoba, all the mosques, you can still see their footprint in Spain. In North Africa, you can see their footprint. So as we over here calling ourselves Moors and proclaiming Moor and proclaiming Moorish American nationality, when are we going to put our footprint in the ground that we say is ours? This is why I call these movements suspect. I call these movements suspect because you got people confronting Europeans, you got people confronting so-called white people, but you haven't done nothing on the ground in your neighborhood. You haven't organized nobody to go to Home Depot or to learn how to make your own bricks so you can build something and establish something, an institution. We brag about, you look at Sabir Bey, he brag about his travels. Oh, the first books in such and such. Oh, the first library in Timbuktu. Oh, what library have you built here? So this was what the importance of nationality. The importance of nationality is knowing who you are and knowing your ability, and you know the accomplishments of the past so you can surpass them in the future. One more example. You look at nationality from the standpoint of those in the Gaza Strip. You see, those in the Gaza Strip, the so-called Palestinian and the Jewish conflict, right? The European Jewish conflict, the Israeli conflict. No matter what happens, no matter how many bombs dropped, no matter how much confusion goes on, the PLO, the Palestinian Liberation Organization, moves as a united front, as a nation. While they're trying to defend the Gaza Strip, they're still building homes. They're still in the field gardening their own food. They're starting their businesses. They're maintaining their businesses, and they're developing commerce. They are recognized as an organization as well as a nation in the United Nations in the midst of a catastrophe. That's the glue. I mean, nationality is the glue that glues them together for a common purpose. You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
So if we ever want to get away from this oppression, we have to have a common purpose. We have to have the glue, and we have to have the common purpose. Without the glue, the identification, you follow me? Without the glue and the identification of who we are and the history to go with it, we have nothing. And it shows throughout history as we have identified ourselves as misnomers. All of us are all over the place. Those who call themselves black means something to every person who called themselves that. You see what I'm saying? It means something different to everybody. So one person in Cali, I'm black. I'm a strong black man. One person in Florida, man, shoot, black people be tripping. They talking about two different black people. But when you say that you're a Moorish American, there is an identification. There's something in that identification that says something about you and the other person and the other persons who identify the same. When somebody say a Jew, you know what they're talking about. There's a cohesiveness, whether it's from Israeli, whether it's from Poland, or whether it's from the United States. There's a cohesiveness. And they can work together and build together because they have the same goal and the same bond of affection for one another. So until we know and understand nationality and we work and exercise it amongst each other, we're not going to have nothing. We can have ADOS talking about what is that? America's descendant of slaves. We can have the black. What's that new? That the other one they had? Black Lives Matter. We can have all of that, but those terms are so ambiguous that they do not define a people as the people who define themselves. We defined ourselves as Moors in ancient times. You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
And so we got to return to the state of our forefathers. And the Moorish Science Temple of America provides that. And like I said, you would have to find, I'm going to put if anyone wish to join our temple, you definitely can join. Can somebody put in, I know we got some Moors in our temple in the chat. Somebody put our email in here, join Noble Temples, if those wish to join. And we do this every Sunday. We do this every Sunday. We have a Q&A every Sunday to ask questions to help people to get out of the rut of the misinformation. Every Sunday we do this. So there's the email if anybody wish to join. But now, brother, stand by 1 second. I want to share a few questions that a brother reached out to me online, if you will. You gonna stay with me, bro, for a second, or you gotta go?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, so let me look at a few questions that a brother asked me online.
All right.
Oh, it was a brother from Newark, New Jersey, and I get these questions all the time, and I told him that I would answer this online. Now, let me thank brother Malik Bay. Appreciate you, brother. Malik Bay with a donation of $10. I appreciate you, brother. And like I was telling the brother, we building on this end. $10 goes a long way. Today, the dollar store sells paintbrushes. I can go to the dollar store and get 10 paintbrushes with $10 that can help me on this building, these 2 floors that I got to finish up by spring. So salute to brother Malik. Salute to anybody that gives donations, because your donations is going towards building something that is practical and useful now and for the long haul. Salute to brother Malik Bay. I appreciate any donations. $1 is even good. You know, $1 is even good because the dollar stores sell paintbrushes. You know what I mean? They sell paint pans. You know what I mean? And that's what we're going to need to build this demonstration. Let me see if anybody asked for the link real quick. No, I don't see no link. So let me get this brother right here question to the people real quick. Let me pull it up. And this question here is from a brother from Newark, New Jersey. Give me 1 second. Here we go. So this question here, I've been trying to do this thing correctly, and this may even help you, my brother. Now I domicile in Newark, New Jersey area. My father and I both want to properly proclaim our nationality and change our name. Family, let me tell you that those are 2 different things. Proclaiming your nationality and changing your name are 2 different things. I'm going to explain in 1 second. Let me just pull up the Constitution and bylaws. And many people might disagree for some reason. You know how our people do, but it doesn't matter. I'm gonna tell the truth. And if anybody disagree, you're welcome to come on the show and talk it out. You know what I mean? If you want to disagree, you are welcome to come on the show and talk it out. So now I'm gonna just grab me a divine constitution real quick. Now on this divine constitution, this is the laws of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And anybody that neglect the laws of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, they really are not into the Moorish Science Temple of America. So this is the laws of Prophet Noble Drew Ali about proclaiming your nationality. So this is why I don't understand why people start using that. I want to declare my nationality. Nowhere will you find Prophet Noble Drew Ali talking about declare. His language is clear. With us, all members must proclaim their nationality. And we are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed. Again, with us, who is the us? The Moorish Science Temple of America. In other words, that would imply that outside of the Moorish Science Temple of America, willy-nilly solo, flying solo is really not going to benefit you, because nationality only works with the us. It has to be a collective, moving under one central authority and moving in the same direction. Did that make sense to you, brother?
Man, see, and Sonetta, I have a.
He didn't call me
I
Sonetta.
That. See, all right. If I know, I see now that I've jacked that up.
You all right, brother?
Harker Bay.
It's all love,
Harker Bay.
It's all love, brother.
See,
I love
man.
I'm gonna get Sonetta mad tomorrow. 1 week.
Now, are y'all all right? I don't even care about that. But I'm on this thing like. It just seems like I'm getting more in touch with Allah.
Right.
And the things I have questions for are being answered. And it just seems like this right here, this is just what's supposed to happen. It was just so impromptu. We just fell into each other. And this right here, this question that you just answered right there, Islam, that's awesome.
Yeah. And so, you know, brother, I stick straight to the Prophet. I call the way that I teach Orthodox Islamism. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali asks us, what is your religion? The answer is Islamism. I stick to Orthodox Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I don't put no cut. I don't put no filler. I don't even interpret. But that's why I just said it implies with us. That's not interpreting. With us means a group. With us, all members must do what? Proclaim their nationality. And we are teaching our people their nationality. That would imply that we don't know what nationality is for us. And their divine creed, that they may know what? That they are part and parcel of this said government. Why is the Prophet Noble Drew Ali teaching nationality? To let you know that you are part and parcel of this said government. That's first and foremost. Then it comes back. And to know that they are not Negroes, color folks, black people, or Ethiopians, because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted until 1865 during the time of slavery. But here we go. But this is a new era of time now. And all men now must do what? Proclaim their free national name to be recognized by the government in which they live. What is the government in which we live? It's the United States government and the nations of the earth. This is the reason. Let's not forget this. This is the reason why Allah, the great God of the universe, ordained Noble Drew Ali the prophet. The reason that God sent Prophet Noble Drew Ali was to teach you about your nationality and your divine creed. This was the reason. The reason wasn't for you to keep throwing stones at the European. The reason wasn't for you to keep on trying to smack the European and the quote-unquote colonize upside his head. The reason that Allah sent Prophet Noble Drew Ali was to teach you about nationality and to divine creed and to redeem his people from their sinful ways. Like that other stuff really doesn't make a lot of sense in context when you start looking at the teachers of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. The most important teachers of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali is to focus on you, to fix you and to fix your people. You follow me?
Islam.
So the brother asked the question. He says, so proclaiming your nationality is basically, proclaim is to say, to profess, to speak it. Also, proclaim is to exercise it, to become it. You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
To become it. There's a culture in nationality, as I said earlier. You must become this nationality. You must become this quality of character. But in order for you to become that, you must learn it. So the Prophet Noble Drew Ali says, we are teaching our people their nationality. And where is that being taught? In the Moorish Science Temple of America. Now, when we look at Taj Tariq Bey, has Taj Tariq Bey ever had any long time standing as an official, a teacher, or a sheikh in the Moorish Science Temple of America? No, never. Never. So how can he be qualified to teach nationality if he haven't even been in the classroom where nationality was established and taught by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali? Doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. You feel me? It just doesn't make sense. If I'm going to teach science, biology, at least I should be able to show you my credentials of sometime that I was in the class with the professor learning biology. I should at least be there. I should be able to show you something that I have been instructed by a biology professor. Taj can show you none of that. None of that. Not to say that the stuff don't sound good, because obviously it sounds good because he got thousands of people believing in it. But can he show you his credentials as a national sheikh? No, he can't. No, he can't. Now, the second question was, the brother said he wanted to change his name. Let me show it real quick. The second question was, the brother said that he wanted to, give me one moment. So the brother said, where go at? I'm slipping. There it is. Bam. So the second thing was, the brother said, okay, I've been trying to do this thing correctly. Now I'm not domiciled in Newark, New Jersey area. My father and I both want to properly proclaim our nationality. First of all, you got to join a respectable, honorable temple and go in there and proclaim your nationality. Take out your nationality and membership card of the Moorish Science Temple of America. If you don't feel comfortable with that, you can email us at joinnobletemples@gmail.com. Somebody put that back in there. If you don't feel comfortable with that, and there is no temple that you feel comfortable with, you can join us at joinnobletemples@gmail.com. Take out your nationality and membership card. That's the first stage of the question. Secondly, not just a national ID card, but actually have it on the record so there is no confusion. He said he want to properly proclaim his nationality and change our name. Not just a national ID card, but to actually have it on the record so there's no confusion. Now, with that being said, in order to get it on the record, first of all, if you want to change your name, that is your religious right to change your name. Name change is different than proclaiming your nationality and adding Bey or L to your name. Bey or L on your name is a title and not a name change. This is what we teach, and this is what we can confirm. That Bay in L is not a name change. Bay in L is a title. Therefore, my name, T. Johnson Bay, Tahaka Bay, Razine L, Woods L, Yusef Bay. Bay is a title. It's no different than one adding Esquire to their name, doctor to their name. You follow me, brother?
Yep.
These are titles. It's not a name. So it does not take a name change to D. Manning Bay. So it does not take a name change to add a title to your name. Because when someone add doctor to their name on their driver's license and all that, they don't have to put in a name change with the courts. You follow me? What happened is that the elders in this era of time, because things have shifted so much, have not kept up with the times and did the work so we can have it effectively in the municipalities where we go and conduct business, motor vehicle, social security, and all of that. Nobody has kept up with the times to put them on the record and for the record. We talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
We got a plan for all that in our temple. But the point of the matter is, so boom. But now, that's a title. Now, if you want to name change, that's up to you. You can go to the court and you can say your name is Alibaba Brown Bay. And that's a name change if you want to. But joining the Moorish Science Temple of America doesn't require a name change. That's your right as an American citizen to change your name if you want to. And it's your right to have a title on your name if it's honorably given to you. And I say if it's honorably given to you. Joining the Moorish Science Temple of America, you are giving the title Bay or L. Many people in this day and time, they choose them for themselves. But in fact, in order for it to be effective, it got to be honorably given to you, or you are going to go and get a name change because you did it yourself. You see the difference?
Mm-hmm.
If you're a part of an organization, there should be things in place in order for you to establish your title and being recognized. And you should be able to have your temple and your organization behind you every step of the way. If you're going to the Department of Vital Statistics, if you're going to the motor vehicle, if you're going to Social Security, wherever you want that on your documentation, your organization should be behind you, with you, and ready to fight with you every step of the way. That's just what it is. Because I'm going to tell you what, if a doctor goes into the motor vehicle administration and said, I want to change my license and have doctor on my name, the only thing he's going to have to do is bring something from a legitimate college and say that he has a doctorate in whatever. And if they don't believe it, they will call the school and verify it. But after that, he will have doctor on his driver's license. He don't have to go through no court. And so secondly, the brother say he wants to have it on all records. As an individual, you can go and fight for that, but that should be done as a nation. For if you run into a brick wall, you should have a qualified leader in your corner to know what to do, what to say, to remedy the problem that you face in a most respectable way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what that brother said. So anything you want to add, brother?
No, it was
a conversation.
Go ahead.
I said, you're really making it a good conversation. I thought quite a few was going to show up. Quite a few asked for the link. I sent the link out, but ain't nobody show up but you. But
I'm glad I made it interesting. I didn't even know I was going to, but
indeed.
cool.
And so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna read something off of the comment section that someone wrote. And brother, this is probably good for you to hear too. Someone wrote in the comment section, they are so off. It's pathetic. It's pathetic how off they are. But I'm gonna read it anyway.
Yeah.
This says, this guy, Anthony A. Jones 49, he says, the land was given back to Drew Ali, so we are a nation waiting to unite. Now, when you hear stuff like that, this brother is nutso, because I want to see where this land was given to Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I'm not saying it haven't or it wasn't, but making statements like this that you cannot back up is ridiculous. The land was given back to Drew Ali, so we are a nation waiting to unite. We can't lay back and never try to rise. The United Nations made it clear that the United States can only live on AKA occupy or land till the indigenous people claim the government and land. Where did he get this at? Do we understand that the United Nations was put together by the United States? That doesn't even make sense. You can't become a nation. I mean, United States and other United States initiated it, but that's my point. You can't even become a nation by holding Caucasian hands, hoping to decide they be nice. This man is pure coward.
I didn't even know we were saying that.
Now, this guy's named Anthony Jones 49. Now, my point is this. I invited him on the show, but he didn't respond. He said, this man wants us to stay under the United States oppression. Our grandparents died protesting against the United States murders occupying of our land. This man is saying, lay down and hope they give us our indigenous right. This some Tom, S-H-I-T. I would like
that Uncle Tom, people keep using that Uncle Tom thing. They need to look up the show. The Uncle Tom character on the show was actually trying to stop he was fighting to make everybody stop doing that. They need to look that up. I can't remember the other. Sambo was the person that you didn't want to be. Sambo was the bootlicking person in the show. Indeed.
But the thing is that this guy is presenting what he think is facts that really doesn't even. He really cannot
substantiate it.
He can't substantiate this stuff. You know what I mean? He can't substantiate this stuff. Let me see if I can. Somebody said they didn't get the somebody said they didn't get the link. I sent the link out to my bro, but let me see if oh man, here it go. Let me send it again. I'm gonna send it to this brother right here because I'm gonna go to about 10 o'clock. There we go. My fault. I was about to send the link and I forgot to send it, but I just sent it. I just sent it to the brother. So anybody who wish to come on and bring up some questions, you can bring it on in. You can bring it on in. The floor is yours anytime you want. But in the meantime, I'm going to show and prove a few things. First of all, the Prophet Noble Drew Ali and the Moors, right? They had a thorough system of working together and building themselves. So the point is, when we talk about nationality, real quick, when we talk about nationality, and we see that the Prophet Noble Drew Ali was putting in work. When we look at the Moorish Manufacturing Corporation, Noble Drew Ali founder, live agents and dealers wanted. We pay 50 cents per commission. Now, I always pull this up, but I pull this up for a reason. That Prophet Noble Drew Ali was commanding a product to be sold amongst our people, regardless of your proclaiming your nationality. When are we going to create products that any and everybody can use? You can't always just take from your people. Every time we make something, we have to make it for us. And I'm talking about Moorish Americans. When will we be making a product that any and everybody can use? That's called industry.
Mm-hmm.
That's called industry. But we are so many of us are right now, and unfortunately, we are still trying to prove to ourselves that we're Moors. When you look at a Sabir Bay show, a Sabir Bay live stream, he is still trying to convince himself and his audience that they're Moors. Look, it says here that Moors was here. It says here that Moors was there. It says, I'm so past that. I know who I am. I know who my forefathers was. I'm going to teach that to the people. But man, I'm ready to start eating like my forefathers was eating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what my wife is talking about. We keep talking about things that are, all right, what we're going to do about it. Is there any bricks being laid towards prosperity? Like, we can just keep talking, just what are we going to do about it? I don't have any answers for her, so.
No, what you do is email us at nobletemples@gmail.com. That's what the answers come right there. So look, here's an ad right here from the Moorish Guide, the Prophet Noble Drew Ali newspaper. All right? Now listen to this. It will be well for all Moors to note that those persons in our several communities, well, you hear the difference? They have communities. Where is Taj Tariq Bey and Council Court communities at? They don't exist. They don't exist. It will be well for all Moors to note that those persons in our several communities who herald us to the skies in eloquent speeches and those who spend their money with us as advertisers. A quick glance at the situation will reveal those persons, even though not of the same faith, would like to see us prosper. You understand what I'm talking about, industry?
Mm-hmm.
And those who would attempt to use their own promotional scheme. The entire Moorish Legion, covering a great part of the United States, is extraordinarily blessed by one fact, and that is those who have no goal in life and hardly realize themselves are living not to believe in us. We Moors, thank Allah, do not need their comments because there are those outside of our realm who do believe. However, and many times marvel at our apparent unity of purpose. We need to have unity of purpose. What goes on outside is more or less irrelevant. This is what I teach in the Moorish Science Temple of America, affectionately known as the Noble Temples. What goes outside of what we are building is irrelevant. Let's not waste our time on that. We have wasted too much time. Now, I do this engaging type of dialogue because it draws interest and it can bring more people in so we can work for that goal that we're reaching for. So I do the interfacing. I do the challenges. I will challenge the information, but only to make the bridge so we can get more people involved so we can live and exercise our nationality as a group. So the prophet in this article is saying what goes outside is more or less irrelevant because the great work to be done by each one of us within, but such observation as can be made without a great waste of time should be made, we believe. Readers, follow Moors or whoever you may be. Notice advertisements in this young paper. They who have spent their money and believe that we will trade with them are not all Moors. You see that?
Yeah, yes.
So
Is
Moorish American is no different than the Chinese man in Chinatown. The
that's what I
Chinese
was
man
saying.
want everybody to come and buy from him. This is the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Consular Court, Taj Tariq, they put you on an island unto yourself. That's not nationality. It goes on to say, they represent the people in our community who realize our strength and our willingness to return the expression of goodwill in the form of trade. If your neighborhood store has been overlooked by a solicitor or possibly your entire section, let some more or temple take responsibility of getting the businessman with whom you trade interested. You hear what he say? Let the more or temple. Everything was flowing through the temple of getting the businessman with whom you trade interested in spending some money with us as we have with him.
That
Remember,
always had me tripping.
remember, if the businessman in your neighborhood do not show interest by advertising in your paper, it's your fault and not his. The trouble is that you have not made your presence felt sufficiently to make him realize what power is behind you. Wherever you are, remember, Moors, all of your brothers and sisters throughout the land are with you, and that you, as a committee of one, should see to it that every business house in your locality should put an ad in your paper. It can be done, and the Prophet will bless you and pay you for your noble work. In other words, Prophet Noble Drew Ali was giving people payments every time someone would get somebody to subscribe for an advertisement in the Moorish Guide newspaper. You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
So the point is that stuff that they teaching with the courts and with Taj Tariq has nothing to do with the teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Nothing whatsoever. Like, you can ask me 1,000,001 questions about what you have learned from them, and I can show you 1,000,001 teachings from the Prophet Noble Drew Ali that does not agree with it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've told people many times, I said, if you believe in Taj Tariq and you believe in his teachings, as a brother, we ain't got to fight about it. Come on this show. We're not going to make a fool. We're not going to make clownish. We're going to go information for information. You show me what Taj say, I'll show you what the Prophet said. Nobody would take me up on that offer. And you know why they won't take me up on that offer? Because it ain't going to look good.
I know. Yeah, it don't look, you don't want to be, because this is like a movement for the upliftment of people, and it would seem like you're just trying to, well, I wouldn't want to do that. I just understand that in order to be, what my understanding is, what I've gathered today, is that if you are a more proclaiming to be living and the way Noble Drew Ali, the Prophet, did, you would have to join a temple. And on top of that, find a reputable temple.
Yes.
And anything outside of that is not more science. That's
go.
what I gleaned from today's talk.
Brother, many people will get mad at me. Many people will say he's crazy. You can be a Moor without joining the temple. But my thing is this: the success that the Moors and the Prophet them had during the time of the Prophet, if we wish to duplicate that, you follow me?
Mm-hmm.
Then we have to do exactly what the Prophet did. If we want the success that the Prophet had, then we have to demonstrate what the Prophet demonstrated. That's just what it is. And that not only goes for Taj Tariq followers, Consular Court followers, that even goes for those who are in the temple. Because many in the temple has lost the way too. Facts. With that being said, I got my brother Never Slave in here. I'm gonna mute my brother right here. Never Slave, how you doing, brother? Introduce yourself. Let the people know who you are. Let me unmute you. Never slave. What you doing?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you well, brother. Welcome to the show. Let the people know who you are, where you coming from, brother.
Greetings, brother. What's going on, people? This is actually Abraham.
Well, come on. What you got?
Yeah, how you doing, family? You know, all respects, loves. One, I am the one that would love to do a show December 25th. And no disrespect, brother. No disrespect or anything. December 25th, I would like to challenge you on all Moorish signs. Now, the questions that I have is this. If everybody go get the United States race classification in the United States, white, it classifies that white people are European, Middle Eastern, and North Africa. So if a brother just getting out of jail and he's a Moorish brother, why is my people not telling my brothers, look, if you want the same opportunity or whatever, go fill out an application online. And because you claiming Moorish, you can put as your race, white, you don't have to put African-American, you don't have to put other. You can put white on there because you're claiming North Africa. And then when the boss or whatever look at the application at his desk, he don't see no face. And we know good and well, they look at race when they're going through these applications. So I'm asking all the Moors, including you, that why is you not telling these brothers, or why we're not exercising that we have an opportunity to be looked at as the same when it comes to elevating in the job industry for the people that's getting out of jail and wants to provide for their family.
All right. So first of all, we members of the Moorish Science Temple of America stick to the strict teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali and no other. That's first. Do you understand that?
Yes.
So we play by the rules, if you will, by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Number one, Prophet Noble Drew Ali says, what is in the questionnaire, what is your nationality? And the answer to that, Moorish American. So when we're dealing with nationality, we subscribe to the lessons of a divine prophet. That's number one. Our nationality is Moorish American. Now, secondly, can a man be Negro, black, or colored? No. And on the flip side of that, a man cannot be white to identify himself as a nationality. Now,
right.
Okay. So now, when you go onto an application and it asks you, what is your nationality, or what is your national origin, or what is your origin, or whatever, white is not a designation. White is just a political status.
Right.
It's not a designation. So it doesn't even fit the question on the application.
Right.
And so when you put that on the application, it doesn't fit.
Yes.
Because if on the application, when you look at the application, it will ask, are you white, North African? It will already give you the selection. Moorish Americans is instructed to write that stuff in. It was said by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali that you write it in yourself.
Okay, sorry.
We're not looking for the benefit of somebody to give us a pass because we agreed to their way of doing things. We follow the divine prophet, and we're not getting off that path.
Right, that's understandable, brother. But you, that's like, to me, you know, that's hindering my people, because that's a benefit. In order for you to even have, the prophet didn't have no virtual temple, but in order for you to have Temple 22, you had to go get some registration and go to the government or your local office. I'm not done yet. I'll let you talk. To your local office and fill out some paperwork. So we have to deal with these. I'm not done yet, brother. We have to deal.
You're making assumptions.
See, people, he cut me off. People, I never cut him off.
I'm gonna kick you out in a minute because you're making assumptions.
See, I'm not making an assumption. I'm telling you that right now we have to, regardless of what, deal with regardless a nationality and an ethnicity. When they do the census, you see nationality and ethnicity. Now, nationality, you're saying that's your Moors. That's fine and that's nationally, that's global. But we're dealing with something here that my people can benefit. Yes, we know that ain't nobody white. Yes, we know that ain't nobody black. But this game, that this system that's playing, that's over us, that's feeding our baby this stuff, that we have to go every day, we got to go identify our things with DMV and all, regardless of what. We have to fill out this paperwork that they present to us. So when this man want to feed his family and he got to go to work, before he get that job, he cannot leave that question unmarked.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes,
Are you a proclaimed Moorish American?
No.
Well, this would not apply.
Listen, I understand that, but
hold up.
Yes,
this would not apply to you, nor would it ever make sense to you.
I didn't say it didn't make sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. I'm saying it do make sense.
Let me finish. This is not your argument because you're not a Moorish American. You're not a practicing Moorish American. You're not a Muslim. You're not following Islamism. So this is not your argument.
Okay, yes, you're right. You're right. That's not my argument, but that wasn't my question. Answer my question. That we went other places, yes. Okay, now let's stick to the question.
One last question.
The question is, it wasn't no last question. It's the first question that had never been answered. Hold on. Let's direct it completely.
I just told you it's not a nationality. We're not right now.
No. Hear what I'm saying, brother. You want to argue? I don't want to argue. I'm not arguing with you right now. I
want to. That's it.
Okay, this right here, December 25th. I want to debate you that day. Okay, now my question is this.
I'm gonna kick him out because this guy is. Let me tell you who this guy is. This guy here, his name is Abraham, his name Abraham Bey. He was a member of our temple at one time. He's a weed head. And I'm going to tell you the facts. He's a weed head. And what happened is the brother is really out there. He's really out there. 1 minute he followed the Akanaki, and the next minute he's this, that, and the third. He's very confrontational. And so I'm not going to waste time where we were learning something and let somebody take it off the track. He's very confrontational. One thing is this, he's from California, and he's definitely on that California ooh-wee. But the point that I'm making is that if he's not a Moorish American, you know what I mean? If he's not a Moorish American, then he doesn't have a horse in the race. Why should I waste time if he don't have a horse in the race? We're working on trying to give people understanding. You know, he doesn't have a horse in the race. Yeah, I put him out just like that. I put him out just like that because I know where he's going with it. His energy. I know the brother. The brother got about 1,500 accounts. You know what I mean? To try to just get me on Sinetta, get me with Tazariak, get me on, like, the question that he wants answered is white is not a nationality. We won't be writing white on anything. What more you want me to say? Oh, it can help our people because this is what they look. No, white is not a nationality. We won't be writing it on anything. What more do you want? I mean, what more do you want? Like, we just won't be writing it on there. Like, I can't give you another answer. I cannot give you another answer. We won't be writing it on there. Like, what you want me to say? What you want me to say? So do I still got my guest on here? My brother still here? Yeah, he's still here. So since he's still here, let me explain to you something. Family, when you look at using the term white, when you look at the term, let me tell you something. When you look at the term, using the term white, what you're doing is you're doing the bait and switch. You know what I mean? You're doing the bait and switch. And the bait and switch is this, is that because the European call himself white, now you want to call yourself white, and you think it's going to give you some privileges. That's what you think. But the teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali does not identify ourselves as a color. And one would say, well, white is not a color. The reason why I kicked him out, is because he told you and I that he's not a Moorish American. And so he don't have a remedy for the Moorish American. He don't have a horse in the race. He doesn't have a horse in the race. That would be like him going into a Hebrew camp and saying, listen, you Hebrews ain't right. You Hebrews need to start calling yourself Jonaites. See, because I found out that the Jonaites is before the Israelites. Now, and then somebody asked him, well, brother, are you a Hebrew Israelite? Do you follow the Hebrew Israelite doctrine? Do you follow the law, statute, and commandments? He said, well, no, I don't follow that. But you all should be Jonaites. They're going to look at me like, get out of here with that. What are you talking about? I mean, what are you talking about? Get out of here. You're not going for that. And so that's what he's trying to do here. You know what I mean? He's trying to do here to invoke confusion. And we're trying to clear up this confusion. Just as the brother said, back in the 70s, a brother from Baltimore declared to use the term white. We don't use white. We don't use black. We don't call each other red. We don't call each other brown. We just don't do it. That's not the Moorish way. You feel me? Yeah. So he said, white, black, Asian, Native American, Pacific Islander, each. Which one is on your info sheet? This is where we write it in, Scott Bay. We don't have Moorish American. We don't have Moorish American on there. And the elders, as well as one of the old statements, which I don't have a lot of faith in, but this one makes sense. You write it in. You write it in. And that's how that goes. You follow me? That's how that goes. You write that demonstration in. And when you write it in, then you carry it to the next level because you standing on who you say you are. You know what I mean? I ain't even, Raphael say other. I ain't even saying other. I'm going to write that demonstration in. They deal with it when they get it. You know what I mean? They deal with it when they get it. I have, listen, I just got a 9-month-old baby, right? And we went to the hospital and we had our baby in the hospital. We had our baby in the hospital. And everything that's supposed to be there, we wrote everything. I mean, we wrote everything. You know what I mean? So the brother said, what if it's computerized? I put white. I heard that one too, Abdul. Abdul, I heard that one too, brother. I heard that one too. But anybody else want to come in and ask some questions? Matter of fact, let's see if we can let me get a couple calls real quick before I get out of here. I'm losing my voice. But that brother is Abraham. He used to be Abraham Bay. And that brother is just full of confusion. He don't want solution. He reminds me of a guy that wants to be known for being conscious and wise, but he's not putting in the work to be that. You know what I mean? He's not putting in the work. You got to put in the work. You got to make some sacrifices. And you can't come into a Moorish conversation. You know what I mean? You can't come into a Moorish conversation and injecting something that has nothing to do with the conversation. It don't even make sense. Like, you make yourself look crazy. And I'm not going to entertain it. We doing good. We're doing good here on Moorish World TV. Everybody put a thumbs up. Everybody is learning. Did anybody learn something here tonight before I get out of here? Let me know. Give me a 1 if you learned something here tonight or you appreciate what we were teaching here tonight. You know what I mean? Give me a 1 if you learned something or you at least appreciate what we taught here tonight. If you don't appreciate, then you can put a 2 and I'm going to try to better myself. You feel me? I'll try to better myself. Indeed. That's what I'm talking about, family. That's what I'm talking about. So we learning something here. Islam, family. And this is what we can appreciate. And everything that I give to you, I'm going to give it to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I'm going to give him the credit. I mean, and Raphael, what you mean? Raphael gave me a 2. See, I know Meta Spirit, that is him. But Raphael, you my guy. Hold up, Raphael. You know I'm coming to Atlanta in January. You know we gotta talk about this, brother. We're gonna talk about this on the Prophet birthday, brother. Take it back. You better take it back. You better take it back. I'm gonna see you in January. Take it back. Now that's my brother. I love Raphael. That's my guy. I put the phone number in there. Islam.
To accept, press 1. To send a voice.
Islam, brother Jonathan. How you doing, good brother? Welcome to the Moorish World TV program. Let the people know who you are, where you call it from, and let's get with it.
Brother Jonathan Scott Bay, calling out of Pennsylvania Republic. Right now, I'm in Indiana on the road.
Islam, brother. You a truck driver, brother?
Absolutely.
Oh, man. Get it in. We keep some truck drivers in our organization. Islam.
You know, that's where the money is, Sheik.
So, brother, have you been enjoying the dialogue tonight?
Sheik, I'm always enjoying the dialogue. You know, that seems like sometimes you be dating other people, so I get it. You funny, but Sheik is very knowledgeable, so I always give you your props, honors. But I will say this, all right, because I'm a member of the Moorish Science Temple of America. I have 2 cards, so from different, what you would say, entities or whatever the case may be. We are Moorish Science. If they teach in Moorish Science, I'm there and I got an ear to listen. So what I'm saying is this: what the brother was asking, right? But I know you know the answer because I've seen you in multiple places, and I know you go around, you do listening, research.
Right.
The brother was asking about the white. Now, the reason why he asked that, he might have been a little bit, I don't know, not so descriptive in the way he was presenting the question. But, okay, on the information that is given to people that's filling out applications, you already know directives number 15. It does state that white, and it has that information. It has black, and then it has Native American, Pacific Islander, and Asian. Most people I do ask, I like to ask different sheiks this. And I would ask 5 sheiks, and I would get 5 different answers. I would like to know, what is on your information?
We stick to the Prophet over here. We stick to the Prophet. We stick to the Prophet. We stick to the questionnaire. You know, matter of fact, let me pull up. What would that be on? Voters registration, maybe?
Number 15.
No, I'm looking at like an application that will be on. I'm trying to see if I can pull up. Let me see. I'm trying to see if I can pull up one so I can give an example. Okay. But we stick straight to the Prophet, brother. I don't get off of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. You know what I mean? I really don't care what's popular today or tomorrow. You know, my nationality is Moorish American. My skin is olive. And I mean, I just stick to the Prophet. You know what I mean? Like I don't go off of that. I really don't go off of that. You know, I don't see a need to. I don't have confidence. Just because somebody puts something out there, I'm not going to grab it because I was guided and taught by a divine prophet, and the divine prophet already covered it. And so that may look pleasing to the eye, but I know what the prophet said to me. He said that my skin is olive, my nationality is Moorish American, my race is Asiatic. And so everything is covered straight across the board. So why would I grab something that has already been covered by the prophet? Even though it looked like it could assist me, I have more confidence in the divine prophet than that. That's just me, though.
Okay, I would like to say this. This is also a part of the debate in itself, what the brother is headed towards. Because I know you mentioned Brother Taj a lot. And I mean, I have agreements with what he say, and I had disagreements with what he say, because he has points, a lot of them. So also was being stated as well, right? Most of us that are Moorish Americans, when we don't know that we're Moorish Americans, on our information when we are born is black, Negro, colored, right? Now, I know I have my children, one of my children, when they was born, I went to Temple number 13 in Baltimore, Maryland, the Divine National, going to the hospital. I seen you there, so I know you know what I'm talking about. How they operate, what's the actual birth records. So my son's birth records, it has Asiatic/white. That's on his information. Now my daughter, her mother is her nationality is Ecuadorian American, right? On her information, I have black. I have white as the race, but I have white/Asiatic like my son. But this is actually with the state of Pennsylvania. And as nationality, I wrote in Moorish American. So I do understand where you're coming from. You can do it with children that is firstborn. But for us, as being already labeled with the misnomers, right? The question that I'm thinking the brother is going towards is, what do you do to fix, or what do you put on it to fix it? Because you do not fix that on any information that you get. They hide it so you can't see it in plain sight. Well, it will still have black on it unless you make a correction or change or however else you want to use semantics. But that is actually still on that information, even if you have a fast.
Absolutely.
Because I did the research.
Absolutely. So what we have done, we have done in the movement known as the Moorish Science Temple of America. In fact, we only affectionately call ourselves the Noble Temples. We feel as though that the movement that the Prophet left us is here idealistically, but not on the ground. With that being said, you say, what do I do? Well, we as a collective have decided that we move as a unit to correct it as a collective. In other words, where there is a place that any member of our temple has the name Black or Negro or whatever on a document that is essential within the municipalities of this government, then me as the Grand Sheikh is spearheading to go and correct it and to make sure that anybody who's a part of our organization will not have a problem having that removed. That's what we're doing. We have a plan for that. And I'm not going to I'm not going to lay out the whole plan here on YouTube.
No, I like that plan.
But we have a plan that anybody that joins the Moorish Science Temple of America, affectionately known as the Noble Temple. I say affectionately known because the Prophet never created anything called the Noble Temples. We just do that just to give us this distinctive separation so we can build on the unique ideal laid down by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. But me and our staff, we are working to make sure by this time next year, anybody that joined us will be able to take something and change that in a twinkle of an eye. It's our religious right. I'll give you that hint.
Oh, I like that answer. That's a very good answer.
Yeah,
okay.
Well, but that's what we're doing.
What about economics? What about feeding the people? Let's talk about business.
Brother, let me tell you something. See, this is the thing.
Because I know you want it.
Again, I can't say every plan that we have and that we have already initiated a couple investments. Matter of fact, one of my brothers in here right now, we're going to have our own food on the shelves soon. So, I mean, I can't initiate everything here, but matter of fact, a brother was in here last night that has helping us have our own tennis shoe in the stores. So, I mean, we got a couple investment plans. That's all I can say. We have
me and my brother need to come see you.
We have a few things jumping, brother.
Those products to those places, correct?
Absolutely. And the thing is that the things that we're doing it's a slow process because we are doing it on the back of those who haven't been doing anything. You see what I'm saying? And so when people see Moors, they expect Moors that to be eloquent speakers, very educated with history. They don't see Moors moving and shaking in commerce. They don't see Moors moving and shaking on the grand scale of politics. They don't see none of that. And so for us to do that and for people to join us and assist us in doing that, it's kind of tough because they don't have any examples in this day and time. So we're going to create the example.
That's incorrect, though. I can name a couple of people. Well, I think this is the issue. One, they are Moors. If they're acknowledged as being Moors, that's a whole totally different situation. So a lot of people that you're talking about don't acknowledge themselves as Moors.
No. What I'm saying is, I'm sorry, bro. Let me clarify. What I'm saying is, as we move on this mission as laid out by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, you know what I'm saying? As we move on this mission, many people will not acknowledge it until it's built, is what I mean to say, because they have lost the examples, and they don't. Many people don't want to build it. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have confidence because they haven't seen examples. You know, you have these grand sheiks and these leaders that's sitting back, getting overweight, in rented places. They don't own nothing. There's no school associated with it. There is no economy associated with it. Somebody get evicted, they on their own. They can't even come to their rescue. And so this is what the public sees. And so when we step up and say we're going to do the work that needs to be done, it's a slow process because many people from the outside looking in like, oh, that's just another group of Moors.
It's because, Sheik, a lot of people have questions. A lot of the questions, especially dealing with economics and commerce, people are not talking about. People are not talking about how to get their credit score up. People are not talking about how do they file their tax. People are not talking about, okay, instead of me asking, let's say, somebody that's not from my nation to get a job, that have to fill out all those misnomers, I could go to someone that has a job available for me that I won't have to fill out an application with those misnomers. Those are the things that should be focused on as well. I think a lot of people curve that. But I will say this about you. You do hit home a lot of important points, that a lot of people miss or overlook. You have a lot of information that a lot of people been hiding in the temples for a very long time. You will have to be in there for a while to actually research and get the information that you acquired already and the information that you do have that you don't put out, because I know you don't put everything out. I can tell by the way you speak.
Well, we have many members in the chat right now from the Noble Temples, and they understand why I do and how I do what I do. But I will tell you this. A lot of stuff that I don't, my thing is this: if we don't have the basic infrastructures, there's no way we can perpetuate any ideal that the Prophet gives to us. And in fact, if every time we got to meet with somebody, we got to decide whether we're going to meet in a coffee shop or the place that we're borrowing, is the owner going to be there this week? We have to work around somebody. You tell somebody, I am the Grand Sheik of the Moorish Science Temple of America. And then you say, okay, I want to have a meeting with the mayor. And you got to keep coming to the mayor's office because you don't feel that your temple is suitable to have the mayor in your temple. What kind of stuff is that? So my thing is, if you can get the basics down first, and then you can facilitate some other things. For instance, if we have, we're moving some commerce, and I say to you, brother, you can pick it up at the dock in Dundalk, but meet me at the temple or meet me at my office so we can go over the stipulations or whatever. And my office turns out to be the library. You're like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get the check, but you ain't gonna really take me that serious. You ain't gonna take me that serious.
I'm gonna go where the money is at.
Exactly.
Put it in the dock somewhere, that if you can get it.
But now check
you
this
can put
out.
it on the truck, we're gonna get it and move it. But yes, professionalism is important.
But your name Jonathan Bay. Your name Jonathan Bay.
Yes.
And I say, well, brother, meet me at 638 North Fulton Avenue. Now, I'm still working on the building, of course. But when you go in there, it's looking pretty good. But when you pull up, you see the Moorish flag and the American flag. You see the sign, you're like, oh, that's a different feeling you're going to feel.
Absolutely.
You're going to feel something different right there. You might even go above and beyond and say, well, brother, how can I help you out a little more? But if we meeting at McDonald's, you ain't going to take me serious.
You're absolutely right.
And we sitting at McDonald's talking about, yeah, I'm about to do this, I'm about to do that. Like you was talking about the brother Braden Bay. You know he been renting that little office for over 30 years?
I haven't even seen the office there. I only went to the place where they hold the nationalization.
And he rents that every year.
Well, I know he rents it out.
Bro, 30 years and these people are paying $200 or more for naturalization and you don't own nothing?
Well, you can speak that on a lot of temples.
No. I'm just giving an example. I'm giving an example that no nation is built like that. There is no nation that is built like that. None. You can't build a nation like that. You can't build a nation renting for 30 years. You can't build a nation without farmland. You can't build a nation without a real school. Not calling some stuff some school, a real school.
A real school.
With real children.
Yeah. I was ready to move. I was ready to move out there if it was right.
Ain't nothing right.
We different Moors. It's different Moors out here. It's Moors is best to move, but a lot of people are hesitant because there's a lot of scammers out here. See, I'm from Philly, so I know a scammer when I see one. You from Baltimore, I know you know scammers when you see them too.
Absolutely. And so my point is, and I'm not saying that to throw any of them under the bus, because at this point, I got my energy is focused on building at this point. But at the same time, we still must be able to see who's who, so we can get out the way and protect our people from the desperation of being liberated and we fall into anything.
Caveat emptor.
Indeed. Well, brother, I'm ready to get out of here for tonight. I want to talk to my guests and give him some last words. Any last words you'd like to say, brother? You got to come on the show with me sometime, brother. I like this conversation.
Yeah, brother, you know what? I've been waiting for a very long time to speak. I mean, I said a little bit of what I wanted to talk about. I mean, I like to, dive into Hers Revised statute. I looked at a couple of things that you spoke on, but I know you didn't dive all the way deep into it because it's a very long document. So, I mean, we can speak a lot. I would like to meet you in person, me and my brother, me and my partner. So,
hey, brother.
With that being said, I love what you're doing, man. Keep what you're doing.
Hey, brother, let me tell you, brother, I'm one of the most accessible Grand Sheiks in the nation. I may pop up anywhere. I may, you may pop up and just see me anywhere. I'm telling you, every time I go into the grocery store, it be regular people. Islam Grand Sheik, hey Mo, they ain't a part of no temples. Like I'm very accessible, brother. Email me if you'd like to get on the show and have a conversation, or whatever the case may be. If you're coming through, let me know. Did you email me? I'll give you my number, and we can always build. And that goes to those who disagree with me too. Pull up.
Islam,
I do not. I do.
Love. You keep doing what you do.
Indeed, bro. Peace and love, my brother.
Call phone.
So, I'm gonna take.
To accept, press 1.
He gonna say no. This sounds like my brother here. This sounds like root words.
To accept, press 1. To send
Islam. This better be root words. Is this root words?
Yes, sir. He's one and only Tariq. Yes, sir.
Hey, root words. Didn't you just do a video dissing me yesterday?
Yes, sir.
I knew that was you. Doing the video dissing me.
Why did I do it though?
Calling me an agent and all that. I seen it.
I'm just asking, why did I do it?
Man, because you're crazy. You tell me why. I don't know.
Now, why would I just make a video about a person?
Because you're crazy, Root Words. You got 1,000,001 accounts. You call the phone and say your name, Noble Temples. I don't know why you do what you do.
I'm just asking them, man, did I just come out and just say, well, I'm going to make this video about Tariq Bay, or did I react off you slandering Tariq Bay?
Man, listen, I never, do you know what slander means?
Yes, when you say something and you have no proof.
No. What didn't I have any proof about, brother? I like this. Tell me.
That we're all not Moors, and that we're claiming that we're using Moorish science wrong.
I showed proof. What I didn't say that. Tell me exactly what I said.
No, I'm saying that's what you claim. You're saying that we don't use Moorish science right because we're not a part of the Moorish Science Temple of America.
That's facts.
What do we use wrong, brother?
Prophet Noble Ali never said declare your nationality.
He never said declare your nationality because there's 2 rules of nationality. When you look it up in the law book, it says you were born with nationality or you go through nationality, and we was born with nationality, brother.
No. I said Prophet Noble Ali, Taj Tariq says, whatever you do, the prophet said declare your nationality. That's a quote from Taj. I said that ain't a quote from the prophet. He said that the prophet said that.
What's wrong with claiming your nationality?
No. Stop for a minute, or I'm gonna hang up. I said he misquotes.
You know I'm not gonna disrespect you.
Listen,
you know I'm not disrespectful.
He misquotes the prophet too much. He has a quote that says, if you don't do nothing, declare your nationality, says the prophet. I say that the prophet never said that.
Okay, so you're saying we're supposed to be out here?
No, I didn't say that. You're missing my point. I'm telling you that Taj misquote the prophet for his personal gain.
I'm asking you, where is we not supposed to claim where we from and make us stateless? We're stateless people in Black, Negro, and Indian.
No,
so the only way to get into an organization is to claim your nationality or get organized.
No, the prophet says, with us, all members must proclaim. Taj is not with us. You are not with us. What are you proclaiming for?
Because MSTA, the Great Temple, was started in 1926 to 1928, and Noble Jew Ali started the first Science Temple in 1919. So I'm going off that one, and I'm still honoring the MSTA.
Are you going to be with us? Are you going to be with us or not?
Yes, I'm with the prophet.
No, with us. The prophet was talking about.
I'm with you though, but you're not a part of the MS. I mean, you have another part of the MSTA too, because you have great dreams of having of gardens and everything and doing it your way. A lot of other people are taking their stuff and going other ways with it too.
Listen, everything that I do, I can show you that the prophet did it first. That's the difference.
All I'm saying is when you was over there with Taj Tariq Bay, he said that there was 2 different sciences of Allah, and the way you use it is great. You did not say the way he used it was wrong.
No. What I'm saying is this. Everything that I do, I can show you that the prophet did it first. Taj cannot do the same.
Taj said that he's the only one standing. When you was in his face, he said he got direct manuscripts and papers from the only person that walked with Noble Jew Ali. And you did not say he was wrong or did not do a research or re-examine him on your shows. And he said that Allah is used in 2 different ways, sir. And he said the way you use it is beautiful, but you did not reject his way in front of him.
Listen to me. Because when you get around Taj, you want him to talk a little bit. He like to talk, brother. So you listen to him talk. But little do you know, I have met with Taj in private. I've met with Taj in private and told him face to face that what he's talking is not relative to the teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Taj do not have any manuscripts. He doesn't have anything. What he have is some quotes.
He said in your face that because you're a man that worked with your hands, and I've seen you built inside of a building. And he said inside in front of your face that he built a building and a couple more buildings in Hampton, New Jersey, like you're doing.
No.
See, don't act like I'm just coming against you.
Listen to me.
Dog you or slander you. You're going against a teacher of mine, and when he was around you, he wasn't saying things, and he was giving you credit like I am.
Let me explain something to you. I have respect for people if I'm talking to them, but nevertheless, if I need to go hard, I can go hard too. But Taj was talking, you understand? Taj was talking, and I allowed him to talk. I've already heard the spill. But now, if he's so correct, why won't he put these manuscripts next to the prophet? I've taken to Taj personally, in private, and I can make the phone call right now to his nephew. I took all these records privately. If you can see, I took all these records privately. This is deep research. And Taj got mad. I started showing him where he was wrong in private. Taj got mad, and you know what he told me, rude words? He said, nobody believes in that stuff no more. The Moorish Science Temple of America lost its credibility, and nobody will never be a part of it no more. And that's how we ended our conversation.
Because I just know what y'all did in public, and y'all both are beautiful leaders of the national and divine movement, or the divine and national movement. You just don't represent the national side at all, bro. And you hate on it a little bit.
You don't even know what the national side is. You're not a part of the Moorish Science Temple of America.
I know, because they don't represent the national side.
No, the Moorish Science Temple of America is all inclusive. What are you talking about?
You can't join your national side. That's in your. Oh, that's another conversation. All I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying?
Rude words.
That's like your bloodline.
Hey, rude words. Who is your leader?
Noble Jew Ali.
Okay, he's going to represent you in Congress this year?
Oh, no, I'm going to have to represent myself. I self-law master.
Okay.
Oh, I know what you're saying. You're talking about in the organization. No, yeah, nobody is going to represent the Moors except for, like, the religious group.
No. Who is your president?
Right now, I have to say Trump.
Who is your Grand Sheik?
My professor or my teacher is Tariq Bey.
So when you get locked up like them people did last night on the show, he gonna come and get you?
No, he teaches me to call the sheriff and study, and put a lien on him. And then he says sometimes that stuff might not work.
Well, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
But we know one thing. Hold on, my fault. One thing. We know that Martin Luther King went to jail. We know that Malcolm X went to jail. Rosa Parks went to jail. All the leaders went to jail. So if a person's scared to go to jail, they ain't really about that movement, bro.
But let me tell you something. If anybody under my leadership ends up in jail, I will be making phone calls or on my way to represent us as an organization to get them out. That's what a responsible leader do.
I believe you too.
That's what a responsible leader do.
People go listen to that stuff Taj say, and then they go do something totally different. Like Taj say, talk to the police respectfully, and just call the sheriff and handle it in court.
Well,
you don't go out here and say the stuff that a lot of people be doing.
And guess what I tell members? We must obey hereby. If you stick to the Holy Quran and the Moorish Science Temple of America, you'd be a law-abiding citizen. Because the purpose of the Moorish Science Temple of America is to make us better, to make its members better citizens.
So in the time of America, when they shooting and killing all of our people and putting all this stuff in there, you want to be a law-abiding citizen, or you want to do more and study the law where you can raise above the law?
Studying the law ain't
right now. Like all these Pale Arabians, they're squatting and doing all this crazy stuff. All these Africans coming over here, and they're cheating the Moors.
Look at you.
The Moorish whole empire, the Moorish MST, everybody out of everything.
No, they're not. We're cheating ourselves. We're cheating ourselves because we refuse to come together under a central authority and move in one direction as one people. We're cheating ourselves. As we are divided, they can break up the land and use it as they wish. You don't have no leadership.
I agree with you though, but I shouldn't have to want to join somebody's group to get God's information, to get Allah's information. This information is for everybody.
Well, you don't have to join any group. But what I'm telling you, the way that the world moves, Chinese move with Chinese. They have a central authority. All right? French move with French. They have a central authority. All European nations have a central authority. All African nations have a central authority. The Moorish American nation need a central authority, and they need to move in one rhythm. If they don't move in one rhythm, they die. In the words of Marcus Garvey. If they don't move under one central authority, whether it be clusters, whether it be under Jones Bay, under myself, under Rasadiel, or whoever they choose to be their leader, whoever you choose to be their leader, if they are unorganized and they're not moving under one rhythm towards a destination where it's not uncertain or unknown with an exact plan, then they die. Period.
Well, when it comes to the Nation of Islam, when it comes to the Christians, when it comes to the Black Panthers, when it comes to any group that we've had, they followed the blueprint you had, and that's why we're in this predicament, because we got to follow some man. It's just man law. That's just what it is. And in the Great Bible, it says, don't honor no man. And Noble Drew Ali said the woman is the way through humanity. So everything you just said goes against Noble Drew Ali, brother.
Brother, these divine laws is from your prophet Noble Drew Ali by the guidings of his father God Allah. Do you know what that means?
Hey, who's to save the universe, brother? Who's to save humanity? Is it Allah or is it a woman?
Listen to me. Listen to me. What do you mean? Say it one more time.
Noble Drew Ali had a woman in his hands, brother.
Say it one more time.
Humanity is written on her.
Okay, the same way Prophet Noble Drew Ali had a woman in his hand, he was standing on his own too. Stand on your own too and go lift up your woman.
Yes, so we have to lift up our women. Yes.
So join us and go lift up your woman. You ain't got enough discipline. You ain't got enough discipline. Okay. You still want pop bottles. You still want smoke weed. You still want to do dumb stuff. And that's why you don't want to join and organize.
Huh? That's a good passing the points, bro.
You still want to do, you ain't finished, you're not finished doing dumb stuff.
Down, bro. That video down. But just know the only reason I did that video, because
I
wouldn't do it in your face and I wouldn't talk all that shit. But you did slander Taj Tariq and you still haven't gave a reason what he's doing wrong.
Hey, Rude Words, I gotta get ready to go, but you know I love you, right?
Yes, sir. That video down, bro.
And you know, I already blocked 50,000 of your accounts, right?
And I still never came up here disrespectful.
You my man, Rude Words. I look forward to meeting you in person. I will be in Ohio this year. We got some members there. We built a temple there.
Hey, I'll be putting my head in the toilet.
It's not. It's not.
Islam, bro.
Peace of love, family. Oh man, that's our brother Rude Words, man. I'm trying to tell you, you're a piece of work, man. I thought I'd be out of here by now. Let me see if I can get one more up in here. What? And the brother, man, let me see if I can get one more up in here. Let me see what I got here, man. Man, I gotta go, man. I ain't giving you about 5 minutes, brother. Let me see if he pick up. I gotta go. I'm tired. Islam, brother. Let me tell you something, Lord Merkel. I got Lord Merkel on the phone. Lord Merkel, let me tell you something, brother. Don't be talking crazy in my chat. Brother, you know I be doing the show, brother. You know you my guy. Stop playing.
What's going on? That's the thing, Joe.
Nah, last night you was getting worked up. But brother, you know I be doing the show. Stop playing.
Man, you be busy, man. Look, you called me on the line. I was questioning you, but now I'm back on. I can see you while I'm talking.
So, brother, I got to get ready to get out of here, brother. I told you need your own show. Didn't I tell you need to be on here by yourself?
They was watching the show, man. If you watching the show, I hope everybody watching the show, man. Go to RB base stuff out, man. Go it out the window, burn it.
Hey, Lil Merkel.
Can the more hear me?
That's right, we can hear you.
It's on. Y'all need to burn that RB base stuff. Y'all need to burn it. You know, throw that time to be based on the streets now. If Mariah said it, burn it. If Anita L said it, burn it. If you hear somebody saying Moorish World National or Talkiness, Indigenous, burn it. If they said a proclamation, $300, if they talking about selling you $20, burn it. And like the Hawker say, watch out for Hotwood. Hey, my teacher want to ask you something like this more. It's not wrong.
Indeed. It's not, brother. Let me turn you up. Let me turn you up. Make sure I got you up loud so I can hear you. All right, go ahead, brother.
My name is Purple. I always say. I know there's a lot of things going on in the community about wrong with it. People, my children, family.
Oh man, I can't hear you that good, bro.
Can you hear me now?
It's breaking up a little bit.
Okay, hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
And a lot of brothers going through it. This is going the problem with the fact that this is a addiction. So, but I'm trying to figure out. I haven't seen a Moorish team yet that basically can go inside and retrieve these children for them. So I'm just wondering if there's some educational course from an auxiliary organization that might be in existence that can deal with these matters as well as housing matters and things of that nature. You know, do we have anything like that around? Because I find that's a major problem in the community. And we do have some marvelous work. If the work is true, with God bear witness that they are, I think we have a shortage of, I don't know, maybe legal expertise, or people are saying that they know, but nobody seems to be helping out our brothers and sisters. And our sisters are really going through a lot, like the brother was saying. There's a woman in the prophet's hand, but she's not being lifted up by us because the European is taking all the babies. So is there anything, and it's a big business, the same as slavery today. You can claim you're more, you can claim you got Bay on your name, but still, I'll refer to you as a Negro unless you can get out of that. You something that. So is there anything that we can do, or is there something that's in existence that can address that matter?
Well,
and if I may, if there isn't anything in existence, then can we exchange information with the more here in this chat? My information, your information, and we get up, and I'll actually would like to have a major part of that as far as New York and the northeast portion of the country is concerned.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what we're doing. We are the Moorish Science Temple of America, affectionately known as the Noble Temples. We're trying to cover all bases. And the thing is, we're not going to try to do it in an ambiguous way. You know what I mean? We got so many different factions of the Moorish Science Temple of America, and so many different factions have so many different plans, so many different goals, so many different aspirations. And so I, as a leader, looked at it as, man, we have to make our nucleus and our plan or program, if you will, consistent with the Prophet's program. Right now, we have a plan to, I'm gonna tell you this. My Mobitus is the head of our Sisters Auxiliary. They are doing some phenomenal work. And I mean, and this stuff is not on YouTube. This stuff is not plastered all over Facebook. They are doing some phenomenal work. And matter of fact, I tell her, stop screaming at me so much and keep on the good work. You know what I mean? Because she said I be doing too much sometimes. But anyway, they doing some phenomenal work. And the goal is that every temple within our group will have a homeschooling program out of the temple and bringing young sisters in to be able to educate them with the everyday things of the world from a sister. You know what I mean?
So because the answer to the question is no.
No, the answer is completely no, and I can't speak for other people. But I know we have a plan.
It's on more. So since the answer is no, then can we have our information, or can I have my information, and can I have the other Moors information who are interested in putting something together like immediately, and then we can do that alongside with this program that you have. Yeah, you had Moors on here who ain't part of your temple or ain't part of the temple or whatever, but they still are willing to assist.
No, if someone spearheaded, we will be there. But because we have a program and an agenda for what we're moving on, I don't think many of us is going to work outside the structure which is laid down. But if somebody spearheaded, then we definitely going to be there and support it.
Well, that's basically what I just asked for it to be done right now, this moment, this very instant, right now.
So you spearheaded
the Lord Mercado And you know what? If they have a good idea for Taharka, they should email you and say, hey, you know what? Let's get up with some other one. And you know, you got 75 people in the chat right now, more. I'm about to press this like button too. You got 75 people
You're gonna press the like when we about to shut down. Go ahead, man. No, what I'm saying is we need someone to take charge and spearhead it. And members of our temple will be gladly to assist.
What do you mean you want somebody to spearhead it? You want me to call Brother R. Jones? We can spearhead it right now. You and I, more.
No, I don't have time to spearhead it. I don't have time. I'm not gonna. I can't seek after impossibilities. I don't have time to spearhead it. I'm already spearheading what we doing here. We have something for that.
You know, let me just get to this point then. To the Moors, I love you, Taharka. By the way, I'm in the nature and power of Allah, master spiritual insight and perceivable truth. I rise to the praise of Allah. I give honor to his holy and illustrious prophet, Noble Ali, savior of humanity, founder of the Moorish Temple of America. I want to say more, because I don't want to take up so much time at the Harker show. This is the Harker show, a Lord show. Please, Moors, please destroy the RV Bay demonstration. It's going to take you. It will take you. You got the hot words. Stay away from the hot words. It's not a conveyance. It's a car.
That's
you
right.
Ain't get kidnapped. Niggas arrested you. Pardon me. Police arrested you. Yo, stop it. Yo, knock it off. If you speak, and if you go to those, if you go to speak to those who know law and speak to them in an intelligent tone, you will receive a favorable reply. If you go over there with that matter-of-fact tone that Todd uses, you're going to jail. So, please, Moors, please, if you're going to follow somebody, you better off tuning in to the Harker Show, Moorish World TV. You're better off joining a Moorish Science Temple of America. You're better off studying by yourself and keeping quiet until you actually know something. Moors, if you go down the path of RV Bay, you're going to look like the people who follow them. Gaston, whatever. What was the other one who just got arrested on YouTube? If you want to have guns on YouTube, it's on Moors. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Moors.
Islam. That's my brother.
One last question. And what's your nationality? Yo, y'all got a whole bunch of y'all. Yo, I swear to God, yo, you Moors, Metallica, play those videos where I had Todd say the truth. You got those videos? Play those videos, more.
Brother, when you come on the show, we'll play whatever you want. Make time to come on the show next week. How about that?
Yeah, well, I've been watching you for 2 hours through the trains, through the subways.
Nah.
You can't play one video so the people
You gotta come on the show. Lord Merkel gotta come on the show. You my guy. We gonna do we gonna do a podcast together one day. We gonna blow up together. So come on the show.
You can't think the Todd's dancing. Todd's got a really fly 2-step.
I'm gonna get you narrated next week. Lord Merkel. Islam, let me.
Islam, more. I appreciate you. I love you. I love the more. Go out that RV Bay demonstration.
And I love you too, more. Let me get ready to wrap this show up. Islam, Muslim. Now listen. I said to the brother Lord Merkel, I said that I don't seek after impossibilities. What I was saying is, family, let me tell you what I do. First of all, I have a family that I'm getting hit upside my head from all this work that I put in. As it relates to the Moorish Science Temple of America and the Divine and National Movement. I put in a lot of work, all right? Secondly, I teach Sunday school, Guidance of the Nation class on Sunday between 2 and 4:30, and normally it goes to 6 o'clock. Monday, if I got time, I try to do Moorish World TV. Tuesday, I either got pre-adapt class, or on an off week, I have leadership class that I teach. On Wednesday, I, again, go to Moorish World TV for y'all. On Thursday, I teach adapt class. On Friday, I demonstrate Holy Day. So what I'm saying is, I can't seek out the impossibilities. We actually, in our temple that we're building, the Sisters Auxiliary is moving on that notion of building with the sisters. And they're doing a wonderful job. They're doing a wonderful job. And so when my brother initiated, then I'm going to have the sister to reach out to Lord Merkel. I got his phone. As you see, I called him. You see what I'm saying? Yes, we do adapt online, but it's with our members, dues paying members, those who have went through the chamber, and we do it in the confidence of our way of doing it. You know what I mean? So I just don't have time, and I'm trying to build on constructively on the ground. So I just don't have the time for that. And in the structure of the Moorish Science Temple of America, those things are supposed to be there. So I don't need to build outside of that, because within the structure of the MST of A, they should already be there or about to, or being put there, or have plans to being put there. We should not be working outside of the construct of the MST of A. Everything that is ours should be there. And if it's not there, we should be putting it there. And that's what we're working on. With that being said, family, I done left my guests on here all this time. You still there, brother? I left my guests on here all this time, man. I'm a bad host, man. Oh, man, y'all done messed me up. Y'all got me caught up talking and all that, man. Y'all ain't right, man. Anyway, family, I didn't mean to stay this long. But what I'll do is, I see y'all on Sunday. I see y'all on Sunday. Y'all gonna be here Sunday with me? Y'all gonna be here Sunday? If everybody gonna thumbs up, anybody thumbs up? Press one if y'all gonna be here with me on Sunday. Anybody? Press one. Y'all gonna be here with me on Sunday? If y'all ain't gonna be here with me on Sunday, ain't no need for me to be here. Who gonna be here on Sunday? I don't see no ones. I don't see nothing. Would I do something wrong? Y'all gonna be here with me on Sunday? Lattimore Bay. I still got Lattimore Bay ain't gonna be here because I ain't sent him that stuff I supposed to send him. I'm slipping. I'm gonna send it in a minute. That's right. I mean, all right, y'all gonna be here. All right. All right, yeah, we be here on Sunday. All right, it's loud. We be here on Sunday. Hey, when is the ADOS show with Abba? Family, Abba reneged. Abba don't want to come on. Abba start calling me a dirty Moor when I told Abba we was going to do the show and I showed the picture with Abba, he started calling me. He said, "You a snake and I got something for you. I've been waiting for you. I'm going to expose you." I'm like, what are you talking about? I just want to talk about ADOS. I put a picture up with Alba on the picture because he represents ADOS. You see what I'm saying? And Alba went nuts. I mean, I'm going to expose you. Yeah, we beefing again. Yeah, we beefing again. Abdullah, we beefing again. He said, "I'm going to expose you. You are fake. And anybody that follows you, I don't trust them." Like, what? I just wanted to talk about ADOS. I don't want to fight you. I don't want you exposing me. Well, expose me then. My thing is, family, we need to get to a point where we can disagree and we can still be intellectually strong as we put our disagreements to the table. You know what I mean? Real talk. Real talk. We need to learn to disagree, but still put our intellectual or philosophical difference to the table and let the people decide. Disagree all you want. But talking that old crazy killer talk, all that old tough talk, we need to get away from that. Because in reality, come on, man. Everybody want to make it home to their family. Everybody want to make it home to their family. Everybody do. So stop fronting like you don't want to make it home to your family, because you do. So let's just deal with the information and keep it moving. I mean, let's just deal with the information and keep it moving. Because at the end of the day, everybody wants to make it home to their family. Islam? Say Islam. Say Islam to the family. They can't hear you. Say it loud. That's my wife. She get mad. She get mad at me. You know what I mean? You married to Moorish World TV. That's what she said. Tell him. Tell him what you said. Say it loud.
Praise Allah.
Oh man. That my wife, she just came into the chamber. You know what I mean? So she's like, you're teaching the Moorish World TV. And I tell you, I get in trouble over this messing with y'all. But I love you, family. I love you. I'm gonna hug her real quick. You know what I mean? I got a nice hug. I give her a nice hug and a nice Islam. You know what I mean? I give her a nice hug and a nice Islam, and it's gonna be all good. That's right. That's right. You know what I mean? Islam. He said, you know she run the show. Well, I'm gonna leave that alone. Islam family, peace and love. I appreciate y'all, and I see y'all on Sunday. We be back at it to talk about it again, family. Let me see if I can get up out of here. Y'all done got me nervous now. Goodness and gracious. Islam. I gotta go. Peace and love.